Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi jami'an wabarakatuh. I am Juhaini Angas Palpi, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. So this video, I will react on the tale of Sinuhe. So the author of the tale of Sinuhe is unknown, meaning there is no specific author. But then again, it is also known as the Shakespeare of the Middle Egypt, and also one of the um, finest pieces of literature to survive from ancient Egypt. So now let's talk about the theme of this story. So I think the theme of the story, when I read the story, the theme of the story is about patriotism and also the love of its own nationality. Now, talking about the author style or the style of the author, I think the author there, or the author of the Tale of Sinuhe, is very imaginative and very romantic. The way he put love or the art of love in the story, the way the main character shows love, or we as audience, as we can observe, we can feel the love that the main character shows to us. The main character shows love in his country, shows love in his fellow Egyptians. Now, talking about the characters, the first character in the story was Sinuhe, and we also know Sinuhe as the main character in the story, and also the assistant of the king Amenehet, and married to the eldest daughter of Senusret. And he was also chosen as the commander of military in Reneto and become part of the Egyptian elite. The second character was Pharaoh Amenemhet, and Pharaoh Amenemhet was also known as the king of the 12th dynasty in Egypt, and also the king who was assassinated. The third character was Chief Amunenshi, and he was the chief in the tribe that Sinuhe joins. The last character was Senusret the First. Senusret the First was the leader of Reneto, who's fighting in the east, and also the father of the wife of the main character, which is Sinuhe. Now let's talk about the settings. So the first setting in the story is Egypt. So Egypt is where the story started and also where the main character came from. The another setting was in the Sinai, and the Sinai is the desert where the character faced his new life. So the story begins when the king of Egypt died or was assassinated, and that time the main character fled from Egypt. So that's the reason why he go to the other country, or to the why he fled from Egypt is because the king of the Egypt was assassinated. So he think, what should I do, like that, and what happened to the king. So he was scared on what's the sequences, what will happen to him. So that's why he fled from the other country. My reaction here is that the twist, or I mean the transition of the story was very fast from the beginning of the story when the main character fled from Egypt, to the new sequences of the story where the main character who fled from the Egypt faced his new life in the Syria. He set up his family and he became the leader of military. As we can observe, your reaction will be, wow, the story is very fast. From the main character in the beginning of the story where the main character fled from Egypt when the king died, to the main character who built a family in Asia, and to this climax where the main character wants to go back on where he came from. The falling action or the story is very positive. There is no, although the king died, that's the negative side of the story, but the last was very positive, right? There is a happy ending, happy action, or I mean happy story in the tale of Sin. Okay, now this is the denouement. When we say the denouement, the ending of the story. What is the ending of the story? The story ends when Sinuhe left his family and became elite in Egypt. So Sinuhe, or the main character, he go back to the place where he came from, and he become again, or he become elite in Egypt. He become again a soldier, something like that, in the Egypt or in the place where he came from. So as we can observe, the main character in the story was very, is very loyal in his own nation, because he sacrificed his family just to go back in the place where he came from. What is the religious impact of the tale of Sinuhe? So I think the impact of this in the religion, or religious impact of this, is that people will learn to know who created them, or will learn to know what's the real religion for them, and also will learn to not forget where they came from. Even you grow in other culture, then, or in other tradition, then you cannot forget what you have or what you are. Example, me, I am Muslim. So no matter what happened to me, or I will grow in another culture, I will still remember my own culture, my own religion, I mean. So I will still remember who created me and what is my belief. So I will still go back from who I am, go back from Allah. In this universe, expect that you will face different challenges, I mean different difficulties. And I think that's just a challenge that will test you, and that will change you to become a better person, or to become a better you, and also to better know who you are. I have learned two lessons in the tale of Sinuhe, and these are: the number one lesson is that never forget who you are, and the second lesson is never forget where you came from. So that's all my video for today, and thank you for watching my video. Once again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.